After completing his official visit to the United Arab Emirates, Abiy Ahmed has now returned to Ethiopia. But while the Ethiopian Prime Minister was inside the UAE, a dramatic and dangerous incident unfolded in the skies above the Gulf. According to reports, a coordinated weapons attack targeted the UAE. The assault included 7 ballistic missiles and 27 armed drones launched from Iran. If even a few of those weapons had reached their targets, the result could have been devastating. Major economic centers such as Dubai and Abu Dhabi host millions of residents, international businesses, and critical infrastructure. But something remarkable happened. The UAE's modern air defense network detected the incoming threats and intercepted them before they reached their targets. All 7 ballistic missiles and all 27 drones were destroyed in midair. The attack failed. Yet one detail made the incident even more dramatic. At that exact moment, Ethiopia's Prime Minister was inside the country on a diplomatic visit. That coincidence immediately raised several important questions. Was Abiy Ahmed in danger? Is it normal for leaders to visit countries during moments of military tension? And what might have happened if the attack had succeeded? The reported assault represented a complex military operation. Ballistic missiles travel at extremely high speeds and are capable of carrying destructive payloads across long distances. Drone attacks add another layer to modern warfare. A large number of drones can overwhelm air defense systems by forcing them to track multiple targets at once. Launching both missiles and drones together suggests a coordinated strike designed to test the limits of the UAE's defense network. However, the Emirates have spent years investing in advanced missile defense technology. Radar systems detected the incoming threats early, interceptor missiles were launched, and the entire attack was neutralized before reaching the ground. The successful interception demonstrated the strength of the UAE's defensive infrastructure. But the event also showed how fragile the regional security environment has become. The United Arab Emirates is not only a wealthy Gulf state, it is one of the most important economic hubs in the world. Cities like Dubai have become centers of global finance, aviation, tourism, and logistics. Major shipping routes, international airlines, and financial institutions all operate from the Emirates. Because of this, any attack on the UAE carries global economic implications. The country also maintains strong security partnerships with the United States and other Western allies. From the perspective of Iran, the UAE is both a regional competitor and a strategic pressure point. Geography also plays a role. The UAE lies directly across the Persian Gulf from Iran, making it accessible to missile and drone technology. This proximity has made the Gulf one of the most sensitive military environments in the world. At the center of this dramatic moment was the visit of Ethiopia's Prime Minister. Since coming to power in 2018, Abiy Ahmed has developed strong diplomatic ties with UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Over the past several years, cooperation between Ethiopia and the UAE has expanded through. For Ethiopia, Gulf partnerships are important sources of investment and economic support. For the UAE, Ethiopia represents a key partner in the Horn of Africa, a region that sits along major global shipping routes connecting Europe, Asia, and Africa. One of the most common questions raised by this incident is whether diplomatic visits should continue during moments of military tension. In international diplomacy, the answer is often yes. Diplomatic visits frequently occur during crises. In fact, leaders often meet precisely because tensions are high. Continuing diplomatic travel during a crisis can send a political message of stability and confidence. Canceling a visit may signal panic or diplomatic distance. Therefore, visits during tense moments are not unusual in international relations. Although the attack was intercepted, many observers asked whether a visiting leader could have been harmed. In practice, visiting heads of government are protected by multiple layers of security. These include the host country's military air defense systems, intelligence monitoring, diplomatic security teams, secure locations for meetings and accommodation. It is extremely unlikely that a missile attack would be specifically designed to target a visiting foreign leader unless the objective was an assassination attempt. In this case, the attack appears to have targeted strategic infrastructure rather than individuals. However, the scenario raises an important analytical question. What if something had gone wrong? Imagine for a moment that one of the missiles had penetrated the defense system. Imagine that an explosion occurred near a location connected to the diplomatic visit. The consequences would have been enormous. First, the security crisis would immediately become international. An attack that harmed a visiting head of government could trigger a major diplomatic confrontation. Ethiopia would demand answers. The UAE would face enormous pressure to explain how a visiting leader was endangered. Second, the geopolitical impact would extend beyond Africa and the Gulf. Global media would frame the event as a direct threat to international diplomacy. Third, the political consequences inside Ethiopia would be significant. The country plays a major role in the Horn of Africa, and any harm to its leader during a foreign visit would trigger intense domestic and regional reactions. Fortunately, none of this happened. But the scenario illustrates how dangerous regional instability can become. Even though the attack failed, the timing created powerful symbolism. An African leader visiting a Gulf power during a missile crisis reflects the growing geopolitical connection between the Middle East and the Horn of Africa. Trade routes, security alliances, and diplomatic relationships are increasingly linking the two regions. Events in the Persian Gulf now directly affect political dynamics across the Red Sea. The attempted attack also reflects the broader strategic rivalry between Iran and several Gulf states. For years, tensions have been growing across the region. Missile development, drone warfare, and proxy conflicts have all contributed to a fragile security environment. By launching missile and drone attacks, Iran can apply pressure without triggering full-scale war. Such tactics allow Tehran to demonstrate military capability while influencing regional diplomacy. The missile and drone attack that occurred during Abiy Ahmed's visit to the United Arab Emirates was more than a military incident. It was a moment that revealed how interconnected global geopolitics has become. A conflict in the Gulf unfolded while an African leader was present inside the country. The UAE's defense systems prevented a potentially devastating strike. But the event also highlighted the fragile balance of power shaping the Middle East today. As tensions between Iran and its rivals continue, moments like this remind the world how quickly regional conflicts can ripple outward, affecting diplomacy, alliances, and global security.